going to make this as quick and easy as possible, but it is that time of year we need to start looking at our spring trip. And every year our band I inherited this when I came here 22 years ago, the Milton Band takes a trip, and this is the big trip year. Of course, you know our other trips are, last year we went to Smoky Mountains, the year before that we did a cruise to the Bahamas, and the year before that we went to Orlando to Walt Disney World and did some stuff down with Mickey Mouse. But this is our big trip. To me, it's the favorite trip for our students. Usually when they graduate, what I always hear them say was the best time they had was the Washington, D.C. and New York trip, because this is probably the most educational trip that we will take as well. What I want to do tonight, hopefully you all received the packet, is go down, present this information to you, answer a few questions, and then we'll be at it. But if you will, please take a note. Everybody got a packet, or can see a packet? All right, good deal. If you'll notice, our trip dates this year will occur primarily during spring break. What we're doing is looking to leave on Wednesday night, March the 16th, and we'll be returning on Friday around noon on March the 25th. That is 9 fun-filled educational days. Now, I know you're probably looking at me going, has that man lost his mind? Okay? This will be my sixth time taking the group to Washington, D.C., and the 4th time taking them to New York City. We used to just do the Washington trip without the New York side. Then I realized, wait, New York's only 3 hours away, and so we added that after starting the 3rd time that I took the group. Notice the trip cost on here. Let me go back to the trip dates real quick. We will only miss 1 day of school, and that is Thursday. That Friday is a planning day. So this trip, at this time, we have not submitted it to the school board. I don't anticipate any problems that will need to be approved by the school board, but I want to get the information out, see what kind of interest we have, and then probably in the next few weeks I will send a letter off to the school board, and usually every year they're good about approving these things. The cost of the trip this year, as you can see, is pricey, okay? I'll tell you that we went 5 years ago, because it was the seniors that graduated last year. We had gone their first year. And I can tell you that the cost of the trip back then was $1,085. We've done what we can to try to keep the cost down. Of course, transportation costs have gone up. We've added a few elements to the trip, but you can see the student price is $1,300 per person. Okay, the adult price is $1,400 per person. I know you're probably going, why are the adults paying more? Good question. Okay, it's because of this. I've learned in the 5 times that I've done this trip that, well, back up the 3 times I've done New York. The haul up there and back is really tough the older that you are, because you're on a bus for about 18 to 20 hours, okay, especially coming home. So the adults on that trip, adults will have a seat to themselves. Now, there's 2 people can sit in a seat on a charter bus. Adults will have a seat to themselves. The students usually 2 to a seat, and there may be 1 spare here and there that are 1 per seat. Students can sleep on the floor. Us older adults, not so much, okay? So I have had to visit a doctor following a Washington, D.C. New York trip before, years ago. So that's why they help offset the cost with the buses and to offset that, so that we can have fewer total people on the buses. What does that include, though? I know you're going, that's a lot of money, Mr. Weaver. I want you to see what that includes. Newer charter buses with Gulf Coast Tours. Usually every year that we go with Gulf Coast Tours for about the past 6 years, we step onto almost brand new charter buses. Matter of fact, usually they send us with their newest ones in the fleet, and all of their buses are usually like to 2012 and newer. So we're not on these old pieces of junk that are held together with electrical tape. That used to be when we became our band that we traveled with that bus company, where the VCR wouldn't work and we'd beat on it 2 or 3 times and it would work for 30 minutes. But these are top-of-the-line buses, restroom equipped on board, air conditioning. They have direct TV on board. They have Wi-Fi. The only thing they don't do yet is make your seats recline all the way back. They've been requesting that. But we'll be 2 students per seat mostly, and then adults will be 1 per seat. It also includes round-trip Amtrak tickets from D.C. to New York City and back to Washington. We had the opportunity to travel with the group with Miss Sanborn last March in Europe, and we did the bullet trains a little bit through the different countries of Europe, and I thought, man, this is a really cool experience. Most of our students and most of us haven't ever traveled on trains. So in looking at this, we thought about, well, what if we were to train up from D.C. to New York? The problem we run into in New York City, the last time the buses can't stay in New York, when they went to drop us off in New York, that was a nightmare. Okay, some of you guys remember trying to get out of the bus with traffic flying by us, trying to get luggage and all out. So what we decided to do was add this element where we're going to take an Amtrak train from Union Station, Washington, D.C. up to New York City. It includes that ticket. Amtrak's proud of their train tickets. Okay? Hotel accommodations for 3 nights in Washington, D.C., 4 nights in New York City. Again, we usually stay 4 students per room. Now, understand there may be 1 room with 3 girls in it, or 1 room with 3 boys, or 2 boys, depending on the number that go. But most of the time it's 4 students per room, and then we usually put 2 adults per room on average. I cannot tell you where we're staying yet, because I've been talking to 3 different hotels in New York, and until I know that close to the number of rooms, it's kind of hard to book when they want a 50% deposit on the get-go. Okay, but I've got 3 hotels that we're looking at there. I've been bouncing between 2 or 3 in DC, because none of them can quite get me what we want as far as accommodations, and so we're still in the process. I've got a list of about 15 or 20 that bidded our trip, and I can tell you in DC we're going to be staying out somewhere either in Chantilly, Arlington area. Okay, Chantilly's further out than Arlington, but we're looking at those 2 different areas right there. In New York City, we will be staying hopefully at the Atheneum Manhattan, where we stayed the last time, which is right across the street from Madison Square Garden and across the street from Penn Station, if they have enough rooms available. Okay, they were the ones that wanted 50% deposit, and if I canceled rooms, I had to pay for them. And I said, okay, I'm not taking that chance. All right, so there, if not there, the Cambria Suites is a place that we're looking at, which is located about 2 blocks south of Radio City Music Hall, right between 5th Avenue, you know, where all the expensive stores are, and Times Square. We're about 1.5 blocks from Times Square, about 1/2 block from 5th Avenue. So I'm looking there in New York City. What now? Yeah, the Cambria that we're looking at has not even opened yet. It opens next month. Okay? So, did I have a question already? No. Oh, okay, you're all waiting. Okay. All right. It includes hotel accommodations. It will include Washington, D.C. We may ride the subway once or twice there, and New York City subways. And the daily passes will provide them with passes, especially in New York City. We'll probably have a pass that will get them on for all 4 days that we're there. Usually a 7-day pass where they can get on and off the subways. I'll explain how we're going to do it all a little bit later on. You're going, my kid on the subway? What? We've got a method, I promise you. Full day at the Smithsonian Museums, of course, that's free. Tentative tour of the White House, the U.S. Capitol. Once we figure out tonight, or in the next week or so, who all's going, we have to submit all this personal information for security clearance. And once we submit that information, then they'll try to lock us in to a date and a time. We were able to do that 5 years ago when we traveled. So we'll include that. Admission to George Washington's Mount Vernon, which is a beautiful estate there in Mount Vernon, just south of Alexandria, Virginia. Tour of the tram around Arlington National Cemetery includes that. Gray Line tours, 72-hour hop-on, hop-off city bus tours. It'll include that as well. That's those big red double-decker buses, like the English-style buses that you see going through New York. We utilized that 5 years ago, and it was a lot of fun. Along with that, we'll be picking the Freestyle New York Pick 4 passes, which in their touring teams, and I'll explain a little bit later, they'll be allowed to pick. There's restaurants, so they can choose lunch at this place. They can choose stuff like backstage tour of Radio City Music Hall. There's all kinds of different attractions there that each small touring team will be able to choose for their team. A Broadway musical, Looking Fiddler on the Roof, is back out on Broadway. Outstanding music, outstanding musical. So we're looking to take the group to see Fiddler on the Roof. The 9/11 Memorial Museum, which last time we were there, we visited 9/11 Memorial. The museum was still being built. So we're looking forward to that. 2 breakfast buffets at Golden Corral or somewhere similar that has a hot breakfast buffet restaurant. 3 hot breakfast buffets at our Washington, D.C. hotels. Lunch at the Mount Vernon Inn, which is like a colonial-style inn, colonial-style lunch. Dinner at Cece's Pizza. Dinner at Buca di Beppo Italian Restaurant. Dinner at Tony Ching's Chinese Restaurant. Yeah, which is extremely good, by the way. Which is served family style, and Hard Rock Cafe as well. Of course, the price includes memories that will last a lifetime. The part of our philosophy here, guys, is to provide our students with opportunities that will provide them with memories that they'll cherish. When I came to the Milton High School band graduate in 1987, when I look back, I can remember the trip when we went to Orlando and we were participating as part of the Super Bowl halftime back then, with 67 buses, and our charter buses broke on the way back to Orlando at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I remember sitting on the side of the interstate and then dropping us off at a truck stop while they went and got the other bus load to bring them to the truck stop. And, you know, those kind of things provide memories for our kids. What it doesn't include. What, you're putting them on a subway and leaving them at a truck stop? I'm building confidence now. All right. Guys, what it doesn't include is 15 meals. The 5 of those will be food court meals. 4 New York City breakfast. And let me explain that. The hotels that you stay at there, you can buy breakfast. It's 25 bucks. Okay? Or you can walk outside to the food cart that has the little bagel sandwiches and all the New Yorkers eat at. So those New York City breakfasts, there's a McDonald's like there is a Starbucks on almost every corner. Okay? Both hotels right around the corner, both have McDonald's. So also, 4 New York City lunches, that can be from the food carts, that can be from restaurants, that can be from fast food places as well, sort of depending on what their group does, understanding that the New York City, New York Pick 4 passes can include 1 or 2 meals depending on what their group decides to do. And 2 New York City dinners, again, that can be all the kind of restaurants like we have around here. It can be fast food, it can be a hot dog cart, or whatever. When we get to New York, the groups are going to be exploring in smaller teams with so many adults per students. The students will sign up for who they want to tour with, and then they will go around and they'll kind of make their own travel plans, and we have certain check-in times. Those adults check in with me throughout the day. Some important things to know. When I get the agenda, the itinerary on the back, I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail. Some important things to know. There are luggage restrictions for Amtrak train ride, okay? Want to go ahead and get this out there to you. Here's the challenge with the Amtrak train, is that there are luggage restrictions. So there's going to be up to 150 of us or so going through a Union Station, pulling our luggage, trying to load a train that has luggage restrictions. Now, make this easy. This won't work. Too big. Won't fit overhead, won't fit under the seat. Okay? So, we're going to have to plan it this way. You can bring a big suitcase, and you'll leave for Washington, D.C., and then the night before we leave for New York City, you'll need to pack a smaller one to take for 4 days in New York City. This, believe it or not, fits the sizes. It's okay. This one's good, but as we go up from the train station, we go up steps. We may have to, if we stay at Cambria, we may have to go up steps to the subway station. This can get heavy. Okay? This is perfect. Okay, you follow me? I've seen all the girls going, my hair dryer, my curling iron won't fit that way. So let me explain. Let me explain. We got plenty of room under the charter buses. The night before we leave to New York, we're going to eat dinner and we're going to head to the hotel so everybody can get ready for New York City. At which time they'll want to get their smaller bag and go, I'm wearing these 4 suits of clothes, or these 2 pairs of pants, and these 4 shirts for New York City. Okay? So, the luggage restrictions are on there. Notice it says maximum 50 pounds, ladies, and dimensions of 28 by 22 by 14 inches. Okay? That's from the Amtrak website. They may also bring 2 personal items, such as a backpack or a handbag, maximum 25 pounds and dimensions of 14 by 11 by 7. I want you to think about that. 50-pound suitcase, 2 25-pound backpacks. Walking maybe for several blocks in New York City. Okay? Think smart. I learned, and the Weaver family, and there's some of you guys that were in here that went to Europe. Okay, we won the award for the most luggage. You're looking at Gray Weaver's luggage for a trip to Europe. Okay, I had to have my food. I had to have my clothes. I wear big shoes. My clothes are cool, but just kidding. Okay, so it's important. I'm letting you know all this. You probably want to find one that rolls. It makes life a lot easier, but you don't need but a smaller medium. Well, Miss Sanborn tried to tell you before you leave, you don't have to wear a new pair of pants every day. You're not going to sweat in New York City in March, I promise you, okay? You might want to find 3 shirts or so you can change, underwear, pack light. If you have to, wash it in the sink, let it dry in the hotel room. This is not a fashion show, okay? You with me, ladies? I'm the world's worst. I pack half the clothes and never get warm, okay? Because I'm always prepared. What if it's cold? What if it's hot? What if I get wet? What if I get dry, you know? Okay? So, Understand that. The other thing, government security clearance. This is extremely important. In order for us to get the White House tour and the U.S. Capitol tour, we have to submit information. Real quick, flip over to the last page, or the second page of the packet. This is where we get that information. They send us a Microsoft Excel file that we have to plug in. Last, first, name, middle initial. We have to put your date of birth, yes, your social security. That's why it's important. When you return these, they come to me or Mr. Schultz. We put it in the database and we destroy these once we've mailed that off to Jeff Miller's office. Okay? We need your gender, male, female. If you're a U.S. citizen or not, circle yes or no. And if not, what country. And then we need your city and state of where you reside. If you live in Page, put Page, Florida. If you live in Milton, put Milton, Florida. Okay? Baghdad, I guess Baghdad, Florida. So, then I've added this next part so that I can start kind of figuring hotels. They give me a little bit of buffer on the hotels. What is the likeliness that this participant will attend the trip? 100% sure. Yes, we know we're going. We're paying the $1,300. Jimmy's going. 75% quite possible. We're still trying to work it out, but we're pretty sure it's going to happen. 50% hopeful, we're just not sure. Thank you for the information. We'll let you know. Or 25%, there's a slight chance I'll win the lottery or whatever. Okay. So if you can, listen. It's important so I can start gauging. Now, if there's even a slight chance that you are going to go or a parent's going to go, I need their name and information. Once we send off this list, it's going to be impossible for us to add anybody to it. So if Jimmy's mom decides in December, hey, we came up with the money, I want to go now too, and Jimmy's mom's name is not on the list that we send to Jeff Miller's office, that they send to the White House, then Jimmy's mom's not going to be able to get in the White House. Okay? We could send 300 names in and only take 100 people, as long as they're on the security clearance. Does everybody follow me on that? So, this form, I need that. I'm going to give you all the rest of this week, which is one day. Give you all next week. I need it back by Monday, October 26th, so that I can get the list of names compiled. We can line up the White House tour. We can line up the Capitol building tour, and I can start lining up hotels. Notice there are 3 boxes on there. Those 3 boxes are in case more than one family member wants to go. If you need another sheet, see me, grab another packet, and we'll get that to you. Yes, sir.
I was going to say, if you happen to lose this or you do need more sheets, I will be putting this up on the website, miltonhighschoolband.com, under the About section and trip info page.
For those watching via video. All right, you'll flip back to that front page. Also, very important, anyone 18 years of age or older by the time of the trip, if you turn 18 before we leave on the trip, you must have a government-issued photo ID. Let me say that again. Government-issued photo ID for anyone 18 or older. The last time, 5 years ago, one young lady went, oh, when we got in the security line. The security said, sorry ma'am, you can't go. Okay? She sat outside, and being the good guy that I am, I'm not leaving her alone in DC. I sat outside moping the whole time. I can't believe you forgot your ID. How dare you? Were you at the trip meeting? Why weren't you at the trip meeting? So make sure if they're 18 or older, they need that. It could be a military ID, it can be a driver's license, but they need that photo ID. Okay? Moving on. I'll put you down a payment plan. If you'll try to hold to it, guys, I will work with individuals. Guys, I will work with you as individuals, but you need to be communicating with me. Let me know, hey, I know you put the 15th down, but I don't get paid till the 15th, so can I pay you on the 17th after the weekend or whatever? As long as you're communicating, will be great. Notice on Monday, October 26th, the trip intentional personal information form, which is that second sheet we just went over, I need that back by that date. We've got to start getting deposits in because I have to put deposits down on the hotel and on the buses. Friday, November the 13th, I'm asking for $150. Your last band fee payment is actually the end of October, I believe, the 30th, 29th, 30th. I looked at that today. Friday, December the 11th, another $150, which puts us up to $300. Friday, January the 15th, about $350. Friday, February 12th, another $350. And then the balance due on Friday, March the 11th, which is a little less than, it's about 5 to 6 days before we leave. $300 left for students, $400 for adults. Okay? Now, in saying that, I know you're going, that's a lot of money. Let me remind you about fundraisers. We are currently in a fundraiser right now. If your child did not bring it home yesterday, Yankee Candle fundraising right up here. There's a brochure. There's online sales as well. They make 40% profit. For every $20 item they sell, they just made $8 profit. The stuff that's in the brochure, they can set up a seller account online. It is the same price as in the store over in Cordova Mall. Okay? So this stuff will be in about the 3rd week of November, and or 2 or 3 weeks after we finish it, which the Yankee Candle sale will run through October the 27th. While I'm on that, let me address the cups. I had a meeting with the fundraiser guy again today. Those that order Bragg's cups, they will be here hopefully by the end of next week or the following week. Okay? I've been in communication with the company now. Honestly, and I got onto him today. I called him off guard. He showed up at my electronic music class. I don't even know. I think I told Mr. Schultz that today.
Yeah, he walked in.
And he said, all right, I think we've got this worked out. And I said, we've already got it worked out. I've already paid for the cups. And he actually forgot to send off our order. And I called him the 1st week of October and trying to get up with him. He said, where's our order? It was due in September. And I called the company yesterday to pay them. And I said, when'd you get the order? They told me October 8th. So I apologize about the cups. When I told the fundraiser guy to do that today, he started backstepping going, all right, it was an accident on his part. He put them in a briefcase, and I guess I forgot they were there. But the Bragg's fundraising cups should be here the week of the pacing. We'll pass those out to you. But Yankee Candle, that seemed like such a negative. You guys are all looking at me like, what? Okay. Yankee Candle, October 13th through October 27th. And those are right up here if you didn't already get one. It's important that we charge tax on those. Indian River, Florida Indian River Groves, our biggest fundraiser of the year. The Citrus is going to start next week on October the 20th. It runs through November the 3rd, October 20th. And we'll send this stuff out to you as well via email. Now that we got the trip meeting over tonight, I can get this to you. But that's the biggest one. That's the boxes of oranges and grapefruit. We got that going on. Honey Baked Ham. We do the gift cards for Honey Baked Ham. Honey Baked Ham, we make 20%. You sell a $50 gift card, and you make 20% of that. You sell a $100 gift card, you make 20% of it, $20. And the customer gets $100 worth of product from Honey Baked Ham. The only one that loses money is Honey Baked Ham, but they get the business. So we're running that one along with one called Coastal Life, which is going to be these tags, aluminum tags, good stocking stuffers. We're also having one made for the band, looking to have one made for the Centennial, Milton High School Centennial. I think we pay $7.50, and they're $15 a piece, and the student makes $7.50 a piece. Okay. Along with it, they'll also have cell phone covers that'll have the same stuff on them that you can buy. The cell phone covers cost us $12.50. The customer pays $20, so there's $7.50 profit on those each. Okay. Yes. Fruit profit, I haven't looked at the thing. Usually the small boxes is $5 per box. I think it's $5, and then the large boxes you make 10, if I remember correctly. So you sell 20 boxes of fruit, usually big boxes of fruit, you just make $200. It's a real good profit margin on the fruit. Okay, that's going on November the 10th through December the 1st. Okay, we come back to school in late January. As much as I hate these things, I know you guys love them. We'll be doing World's Finest Chocolate. Okay, we've got a new rep for that, and I'm adding. He's a Southern Miss graduate, so that made him good. He's a band director. So we'll be doing the World's Finest Chocolate as we get into January with it. Okay, so please utilize the fundraisers as well. You get the stuff in your account via fundraiser. We will credit it towards the trip. Any questions thus far? Flip the page, look at the itinerary. Finish this page and we're done. Nice. I know, she keeps asking. I don't know yet. I don't know the dates that we are. The RADA cutlery. Yeah. I like doing it in the summer because I hate giving kids knives at school. You know, because I'm just afraid something's going to happen. They're going to get stopped with a bus route, and then they're going to get expelled for a year. And, you know, so I'm not sure on the RADA color yet. We've talked about it, but I haven't decided anything. If you look at the itinerary, guys, Wednesday, March the 16th, We'll go to school, of course, that day. We're looking probably around 9 o'clock that night, 8:30 or so, meeting here at the band room. We will crawl on the charter bus, put all our luggage underneath, crawl on it. We will travel overnight. I've learned that's one of the best ways when you're traveling like that is to try to go overnight so that you can try to sleep on the buses. Again, another reason we're giving the adults a whole seat to themselves. Okay, again, students, they sleep on the floor, they sleep under the seats. Heck, some of them may even sleep on top of those things, I'm not sure. Okay, we will travel all night. Next morning, we'll wake up somewhere around Charlotte, North Carolina. That's what we did last time. We'll probably stop there. I've already contacted the Golden Corral, and we will stop about 6:30 for a nice hot breakfast, get off the bus and stretch, and meet our real drivers. The first drivers will be what they call relief drivers. And they'll take us up there, but they won't be with us. They're just helping. The drivers have certain requirements. They can only drive so many miles, so many hours. And so we'll pick up our relief drivers in Charlotte, eat breakfast, and then we'll head on up towards Washington, D.C. We'll stop for lunch somewhere in Richmond, Virginia at the food court at the mall there. We stopped last time. And then we'll move on to the hotel. We'll probably get to the hotel around 4:30, 5 o'clock that afternoon, depending on traffic. And we'll let them rest and relax a little bit. Then we'll head to CC's Pizza and give them a pizza buffet that night. That's included in the cost of the trip. So that day, breakfast and lunch will be included. And guys, in our next meetings that we have, I'll have a couple more meetings as we get closer to organizational style meetings for those that are going. I'll have a detailed itinerary explaining all this. But that's Thursday night. We'll spend the night in the hotel. The next day, we'll get up. We'll have breakfast there, a hot breakfast at the hotel. Then that day is what I call Government Day. That's the day that we plan on Friday to tour the White House, tour the Capitol building. That's when we request. And if they can make it happen, that's the days we're asking for. Usually that's kind of an all-day event. You have to show up at the White House early to go through security, and then you've got the tour, and then we'll stop, grab lunch. Last time we were there, we watched President Obama's motorcade come out, matter of fact. So, it was on St. Patrick's Day, okay? Then we'll make our way towards Capitol building, probably grab lunch somewhere along at the Capitol building food court, which they've got a nice area right there before where you take the tour. And then we'll tour the Capitol building, and then we'll go to Hard Rock Cafe that night for dinner. We'll have about 5 selections that they will choose from, and we'll eat at the Hard Rock Cafe in Washington, D.C. A beautiful restaurant right there, right next door to Ford's Theater, where Abraham Lincoln shot. Matter of fact, right next door to it. Then we will have professional tour guides, depending on how many buses that we have. I've got a group of guys that jump on the buses. We pay them, professional tour guides, that will take us around in the different buses. We'll tour the different monuments. We'll stop at certain ones, of course, at Jefferson, the Lincoln. They'll say, okay, here's what you need to see, or maybe the top of the steps, and they give our students a narrated tour of these. If you look at Abraham Lincoln, notice this about his hand, notice this on the walls, and so forth. But we'll have probably usually about a 3 or 4 hour nighttime tour of the monuments. So that'll be Government Day. That will take place on Friday. On Saturday, breakfast at the hotel. That's our Smithsonian Day. What we'll do is take our students along the National Mall. If you've never been there before, the National Mall is not actually a mall. I learned that the first year. It's a green grassy area, okay, that runs between the Washington Monument and the U.S. Capitol building. Okay, big grassy area, and all along the National Mall are the different Smithsonian museums. And they'll have an opportunity that day to go to the different Smithsonian museums. Usually when we're doing that, I ask them to stay in groups of 2 or 3. Usually, I'm sorry, not 2 or 3, in groups of 3 or more, okay? While they're in the museum, sometimes they get a little bit separated. If they get separated, we walk around, they find a chaperone or whatever in that building. Most of all of our students hit the Natural History Museum, the American History Museum, and the Air and Space Museum. That's the 3 big things we go to. Everything is real safe in that area, real monitored security-wise, so they kind of, in their smaller groups without adults, 2 to 3 or 4 students or more, they travel around, visit the Smithsonian museums. We'll meet that evening. We'll actually probably walk over to Tony Chang's Chinese restaurant, which is probably about 3 or 4 blocks behind the U.S. Archives building, and we will go into Tony Chang's. That is a restaurant, popular Chinese restaurant in the Washington, D.C. Chinatown. Understand, Chinatown and D.C. is 1 block. There's the gate, and there's the other gate in the block, okay? But great restaurant, served family style. It was funny because the last time we walked in, they took us up the 3rd floor, and they've got this banquet kind of room, and they brought the food out, and the kids kind of went, ugh. So they kind of started nibbling, they brought some other, okay, well, it's rice, I'll eat rice. And then about the time they started filling out, they brought all the good stuff out. Okay, because usually they'll bring, as family stops, they bring big platters of cashew chicken and, you know, such and such pork and, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, by the end, all the kids are going, oh my gosh, I'm hurting. Okay, but it's really, really good Chinese food. Tony Chang's that night. Then we will travel back to our hotel, hopefully kind of an early evening, get back about 8:30 that night at the hotel, 9 o'clock at the latest, and that's when they will pack their suitcases for New York City. Now understand, all their other clothes are big suitcases, we will leave locked underneath the charter buses while we're in New York, okay? So again, I don't want them to think, all I can take is a little suitcase. They can take a bigger one, they'll need a smaller one for New York City. Sunday morning, we will get up, check out of the hotel, and then we will head to Mount Vernon. You'll see on here that we'll eat breakfast at the hotel. We'll have a colonial-style lunch at the Mount Vernon Inn, which is included. And then, of course, that night dinner at the Union Station Food Court before we leave for New York City. We will check out of the hotel, put our luggage under the bus, and go for an early morning visit to Mount Vernon. Once we've done Mount Vernon, we'll eat lunch there after we tour the estates. And then we'll get on the bus and we'll head to Arlington Cemetery. Once we get to Arlington Cemetery, they'll get on board the little, there's a little tram that takes them up the hill, or they can walk it. I'm just too lazy, okay? I'm not lazy, I'm just challenged, okay? But it takes you up the hill, where they can go to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, the Coliseum area up there, watch the changing of the guard, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. The tram also kind of narrates as it goes through. It says, if you look over here, you'll see the graves of so and so and so and so. And yeah, it's a very, very reverent place, and we'll talk to our students a lot more about that. Yes.
You know that Women's Memorial in DC is along with the rest of the other ones there?
I do not know.
There are some of the women, military women even in here that are hard to remember.
Right, I'm not sure. We'll find out from the tour guides. So. Actually, the tour guides kind of go where we tell them to, so they recommend, and we go, yeah, let's go there, okay. But once we have visited Arlington National Cemetery, we will head over to Union Station in DC. We'll get our small suitcases off the bus. We will head into Union Station, which you've never been there. It's a train station / mall. And there's all these shops. There's an outstanding food court on the bottom. It's like an international cuisine food court. You know, it's like, no, I don't think I'll have squid today. Let's vote Wendy's hamburger. There we go. Okay? So, but like an international food court. They'll eat down there, they'll have to hold on their luggage, and then we'll have a certain meet time where we'll meet, go to our platform, and board our train for New York City. That train ride's about a 3-hour train ride. From what we understand, if there's enough of us, they will seat us in our own private car, and that's what we're after. And about a 3-hour train ride. We'll arrive in New York about 10:30 that night, and which time we'll unboard, grab our suitcases, and we will head to our hotel. Again, if we're staying at the Defending Manhattan, which is our #1 choice right now, then we'll simply come out on the ground level, walk across the street, and be at our hotel. Okay, the Affinia we stayed at last time is about 7 or 8 blocks south of Times Square. Now, if we could walk out the hotel and see the flashing lights and stuff at Times Square. If we're at the other place, it'll be about a block. We'll have to get on the subway, or actually walk a block and a half, get on the subway, go up 2 or 3 stops. Two stops. Yeah, go up 2 stops and then get off and walk a half a block to our hotel. Okay? Again. Yeah. What's that?
The Affinia is 2 blocks from Macy's.
2 blocks from Macy's, right. Thank you, dear. I'll be reminded of that probably quite a few more times. So, now, once we get to New York, let me explain how this works. Guys, you can imagine, last time we went, we took 119 of us that were in the group last time. 119 when I was looking at the books the other day, or the records that I have on the computer. And the easiest way, I tried this 2 times ago. We had 109 that went that year, no, 110 that went that year. And I tried to take them in a group around New York City. And we did a walking tour. And we were stretched out over 3 blocks. And I discovered that New York City is the city that sleeps after 5 o'clock. Because we were in South Manhattan and everything shut down. And the head chaperone's in group number 12 at the back going, I got 3 kids got to go to the bathroom. And I'm looking at all these closed businesses and apartments going, I don't think that's going to happen. So what we've learned and what we do, and it's just worked wonderful. 2 trips ago when we changed the plans right in the middle of the trip, and then 5 years ago, is we break into tour teams. We allow our students to get together with their friends. We take, and they sign up for groups of anywhere from about 4 to about 15 in a group. And then we take chaperones and we'll allow the students and the chaperones to all work together to pick which, how many or which chaperones are going with which group. Usually if we have 4 students, 4 to 6 students, we'll put at least 2 adults with them. If we have 15 students, there'll probably be 4 adults with them. And then those touring teams, we give them kind of directions each day. What time they're going to meet at the hotel. They come out of the hotel and they have a meet time. They meet in the lobby. They have a touring group Alpha. They meet at 8:30 that morning. And what we do is we provide them with a circle, the Gray Line tours, the hop on, hop off circle bus tours. And what these bus tours are, they have one that does what they call the downtown loop, one that does the uptown loop up around Central Park and up to Harlem, one that does the Brooklyn loop. And each day we recommend everybody does a downtown loop. Okay? And so what they do is they get on, there's usually about 35 to 40 stops on that loop. And those buses run about every 20 minutes. There's another bus that comes around. They may go down to South Street Seaport and say, hey, let's get off here. It's a mall. Hey, let's look around. Look at those little pirate ships right over there. And they may decide to get off right there. Their touring team takes everything each day on their own. And then usually I say, hey, by tonight at 9:30, you need to be back at the hotel. Or tonight by 6 o'clock, you need to be at the hotel because we're going to dinner at Buca di Beppo. And every day they've got different loops that they tour, those chaperones with those students. If the double-decker bus doesn't get them where they want to go, they've got the subway passes. And I know the adults are sitting there going, oh, okay, you want me to take a group of kids? We will have a separate chaperone training that we do where I present you with maps. I show you how to read subway maps. It's an educational experience for everyone, I promise. Matter of fact, most of the chaperones that were so uptight about it last time we went were like, I don't think I can do this. Came back going, that was awesome. I've learned something, and now I don't have any problems with New York City. Okay? So we'll travel most of the time via the Gray Line tours. We'll have the subway passes as well, because what they'll find is that, hey, I want to go down to, what's the diner we're heading at Sally? Oh, Mr. Schultz.
Katz's Delicatessen.
Katz's Deli, yeah. And they want to go down there, they have to catch the subway, or they have to walk 5 or 6 blocks. Okay? So they travel in the small touring teams. If there's an issue, Mr. Schultz, Ms. Weaver, we're there to get them wherever they are. Last time, I don't remember having any issues where I had to meet them anywhere. Okay? But all through the day, different folks were checking in, going, man, we're having a blast. Where do you recommend we eat in Chinatown? And that type of stuff. So, on Monday, we'll do that. That night, they do a nighttime double-decker bus tour that takes them through the city at night, which is awesome. New York City is a different place at nighttime. All the buildings are lit up. It takes them over to Brooklyn. It pauses so you can have a great view of the take pictures of the Manhattan skyline. And it shows them New York City from the bus at night. Okay? We'll do that on Monday night. On Tuesday, we'll do a Good Morning America. We'll try our appearance there. Last time, we had no idea what to expect. About 5 o'clock, 4:30 that morning, 5 o'clock that morning, we said, all right, anybody that wants to try to get on Good Morning America, we're meeting in the hotel lobby. We were 7 blocks from ABC Studios where they aired. It was freezing that morning. We get up there, and everything's barricaded off, and it's just the Milton High School band standing. And the Good Morning America folks like, what are y'all doing here? We don't start airing for another hour and a half. We're here. And so we became friends with the Good Morning America people. And we were on TV a lot that morning. So our former drum major is the one that did the weather thing and said, now back to you, Sam. Okay? And so it was awesome. We took our, the sign's not out. We took our Mighty Black and Gold sign, and we've got still pictures, and you can see it, I've got video where we're holding up our logo. They're inside the studio, and you can see our logo in the window behind us. They're panning down the audience, and our kids are all like, hey, Mom! We even called the school and said, put on Good Morning America. Y'all need to watch this. So, great experience. The other 75% that would not get up that morning missed it all, okay? But we went down tired, we came back pumped. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, matter of fact, we got to meet Robin Roberts and Sam Champion and Laura, yeah, whatever her name is. Yeah, they came by, they signed autographs for us afterwards. Good Morning America. This is one of the peppiest, most fun groups we've had here. So that's going to be our Tuesday morning. Okay? So if you're not with us, tune in to Good Morning America, because we're going to be singing. All right? So we'll get up early that morning. Do what? Yeah, Emerald Lagasse was there that morning too, cooking breakfast outside in front of us. I've got mom to do that, but I won't be there. He was rude. I tried to talk to him, he was rude to me. I don't want to eat at his restaurants anymore. So, now, guys, on Tuesday, after we do the Good Morning America, we'll do the tours around. That evening, we will actually meet back at the hotel, probably in the, depending on what time dinner is, probably around 4:30, 5 o'clock. We will head to Buca di Beppo, which is an Italian restaurant. It's sort of a chain. There's one in Orlando. We've eaten at one in Seattle. Okay? It's family style Italian. They'll probably have stuff like fettuccine Alfredo and lasagna and bring big salads and all that out to the table. They will get more than enough food to eat that night. But we'll feed them that night. We'll be going to the Broadway show. We'll ask them to be a little dressy. It ain't got to be coat and tie and formal dress and dressy. So they don't want to necessarily be in t-shirts and blue jeans, but maybe just a little bit on the dressy side. Okay. We will go. Our goal again is to see the Broadway show, Fiddler on the Roof. Okay. If you've never seen anything on Broadway, it's all excellent. Regardless of what you see, it's all excellent. The top performers in the world. Okay. Go back to the hotel that night. Get up Wednesday morning. Breakfast on our own again. Lunch on our own that day. We'll do dinner at the Rockefeller Center Food Court that night. We'll sightsee all day. Tour teams again. Our third day on the hop-on, hop-off buses. Usually that third day is the day you can go back and see what you really want to see again. That's what we found out with the teams. For example, we took our teams to Chinatown to do some underground shopping. Okay. I know it sounds dangerous, but it's really cool. Okay. It's not dangerous. So, but it's a chance for them. Guys, it's a cultural experience, chance for them to see. Chance for them to see the world outside of Milton. That night, we'll meet at the Rockefeller Center for dinner. There's a big food court there, like a mall at Rockefeller Center. We'll go up to the top of the, what they call top of the Rockefeller Center. Great observation deck. It is not near as crowded as the Empire State Building. It's almost as tall. To me, it has a better view. I've been to both. I've been in the Empire State Building with a van before where I couldn't breathe. There were so many people. And I've been to the top of the rock numerous times where there's just a handful of us, okay? But a great observation tower up there. You're looking down, you can see Times Square from way up high. Really cool. We'll finish out Wednesday night with a tour of the top of the rock. And then on Thursday, we'll get up, check out of the hotel. We will check our bags that day, our small suitcases. We'll ask the hotel to hold on to it, and they will. We'll pay them a little bit for that. That is included in the cost of the trip, a baggage fee. They'll hold on to it, and then we're going to head downtown to the 9/11 Memorial and to the 9/11 Museum downtown. And Mr. Schultz has got some stuff in store that we'll share in future meetings, some things that we did last time to honor and to really educate our kids about September 11th. Because we realized last time that the group 5 years ago was only 5 and 6 years old, 7 years old when 9/11 happened. So we'll be doing some educational stuff for that. Once we visit 9/11, we will head back to our hotel, pick up our luggage. We'll go back to the train station. We're supposed to head out about 3:30 from Union Station from Penn Station back to Union Station, from New York back to DC. We should arrive somewhere in the neighborhood of about 6:30, 7 o'clock back in Washington, DC. We'll eat dinner at that mall, at the Union Station food court, and then the buses will pick us up, and fresh bus drivers, because they've slept all day, we'll crawl on the buses tired, go to sleep, and they'll start heading back the 16 or so hours back to Milton. We'll stop for potty breaks, of course, along the way, and then we will get up Friday morning, somewhere around Montgomery. Hopefully we'll stop for a breakfast buffet that's included in the cost, probably the Golden Corral or something like that, and then we should be arriving back home around noon, 1 o'clock, depending on how many stops we make on Friday, March the 25th. Okay? And then just notice that the last page of this packet is what I need back. So, are there any questions that will benefit the group? Oh, in the package, the PIC 4, there's the ferry, there's some boats that take you around it. It's not included in the package, no. Okay? He asked about the Statue of Liberty. They can see that on their own. Yes, sir.
Staten Island ferry is free.
Yeah. They go on the Staten Island ferry, of course, and go right by it for free. And as far as getting that going around, I've done that with the van before, and most you can't go up in anymore, so all you can do is kind of walk around the outside of it, and that's about it. So we went 2 times ago, what I call the nightmare trip that year. It had snowed that night, and when I was trying to move 110 people, there was ice falling off buildings. We had a great snowball fight at the fetch, but it was just us and another band. So, any other questions? Yes? Not on this trip, because we just, Florida Bandmasters concert MTA is the weekend before we leave. So, we've just come off that Thursday, Friday, Saturday with 3 bands performing, and since we'll only take a few from this band, a few from that band, a few from that band, we don't have time to be band together. Last time we played was Steps Lincoln Memorial, but we had 2 or 3 weeks to get ready to go. So since we're missing 1 day of school, and this trip is extremely educational, we will not perform on this trip. And that way we'll have food with instruments, we'll have to go back cold, instruments on the buses. We leave instruments on the buses when it's cold, they'll crack and everything else too. So. Okay, any other questions? Good question. Yeah, it looks like our principal will be going on this trip with us, possibly Miss Letty as well, because we have 2 interns with us. All right, any other questions? Now, again, let me reiterate, if you think there's a chance that you will go, or your child will go, or you as a parent will go, please get this back to me and mark on there what you think that chance is, okay? And I'll be sending out more information probably as we get into November, December about meeting times in February and a meeting time in March before we leave. Other than that, thank you. Have a great evening.